Hey guys, I'm Mike, and this is Jarod.
Hello.
And we are coming to you live. Not really live.
It's not really going to be live. It's going to be tape delayed. But
True, tape delayed. But we're coming to you to talk to you today. This video is going to be about how we store cards. And Jarod and I have very similar collecting interests, and we do a lot. We collect a lot of the same things: Hall of Famer autographs. Me mainly, predominantly baseball. Jarod, you like all the sports, right?
I've recently gotten into the football and the basketball too, more so just because I hit a roadblock with my baseball collection. But baseball is my true love, no doubt about it.
Why does that happen when we hit these roadblocks?
Yeah, it's a bank account, basically.
It does it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You start getting into the... How many Hall of Famers do you have different?
I think
Baseball.
I'm probably up to about 180, 190 right now.
Yeah, I'm at 211, and I'm telling you, it's not cheap. So what we're going to do is show you, both Jarod and I like to get our autos slabbed and just collect slab cards in general. And we're going to show you different ways to store those and kind of talk through it, because it's talked about a lot on forums that we both read and subscribe to. What do you think people's main questions are about storage?
I would say there's different opinions of as far as storage. I'm pretty OCD. I like my stuff. It's everything the size together in a certain location where I can thumb through it alphabetically. It's kind of a challenge. The topics come up quite a bit. I think most people probably use something similar to this. I know that's what I use right now, just because I haven't found something better. I've gotten many times into thinking about building wooden boxes, so I can do them custom size and custom design. I just haven't gotten that far. We do have a sample we're going to show here in a couple minutes of one that the Mike actually purchased, made by somebody else. I haven't really looked at it yet, so when we get to that point, I'll give you my ideas on that. But long answer to your short question, I think most people use it simply. You can go to any LCS. This is what they sell. This is called a Super Vault. Generally, they're about $3 each. It holds. Do you have any idea how many slabs it'll
Yeah,
hold?
it's probably about 80 to 100.
Okay.
Pretty easy. You can see inside here. This is, like Jarod said.
Obviously, it's going to depend. PSA slabs are a lot thinner than an SGC slab, or even especially a BGS slab. So it's going to vary a little bit. The Mike uses primarily PSA, so these are thinner. You're going to get a lot more into these boxes. But as you can see, the height-wise, you can actually get a slab in here and close the box lid in here. You can do them alphabetically.
And these stack really well. That's the pro, I would say. Absolutely. For sure. They're easy to store. They're inexpensive. You can buy. These are $5 to $8 maybe at the most at a shop. And if you buy them in bulk, you can get them way cheaper than that. So it's a great way to store PSA cards, especially if your collection's kind of, you just want to have a place to put it, and you're not really concerned about the display value of that. Do you agree?
That's correct.
Okay.
It's a utilitarian way to store your cards, a really inexpensive way to store the cards. The more you get into it, the more you get cards. At least someone like me, that I care about that, and I've thought about ways to upgrade, which would get us probably into our next box.
Yeah, you want to do the Harbor Freight or the wood? Let's do the Harbor Freight.
Let's do the Harbor Freight one.
Okay, so we're going to get rid of our shoebox here. We know how that works. Most people have seen that before.
Mike is on a few different sports card forums. I do mostly blowoutcards.com. That's where I spend most of my online forum time. I have seen this case come up a few times, and I've seen people post pictures and kind of talk about it, but I've yet to see someone really show a kind of walkthrough and kind of feedback on it. So Mike had already bought the wooden one that we'll show you here in a minute. This one came up, and he went ahead and ordered it and has set up his cards in it. So I will let him kind of walk through what he's seen with it, and I will take it in while he's doing that and give my impressions while he's doing that.
Yeah, so this is just it's not metal. It's like a
PVC
kind of material
or something along those lines.
And this is from Harbor Freight Tools. You can buy, I think I got mine with the 20% off coupon.
I think the normal price is $49 or something. Plus the 20% off coupons are pretty easy to get. Most any automotive magazine or whatnot is. I think even online you can probably Google it and get a 20% off coupon off of that.
And it came with all sorts of stuff because it's meant for tools, honestly. And people have repurposed it for cards. In my case, slabs. And so I'm going to open it up here in a second, but you can see it's just a toolbox, really.
It's a lot bigger than I would have anticipated it was going to be.
It's a
really good size.
Really great size. And the handle It displays pretty well if you like that modern kind of look.
Seems really well built.
And it's really well built. So you open it up, and in here, there was foam and I don't know how this is going to frame on the camera, but that's all right. There was foam. There were these little metal things. Jared, can you see these little? I had to rip them out.
I do see those. Okay.
There were metal things that if you closed it, it would scratch your slab, or
Okay.
it wouldn't close because the slabs would be in the way.
Okay.
And so the way I've used this is for my big slab. So when you get a larger slab like this, there's almost nowhere to store these kinds of things.
I have struggled. I have an open PVC bin, which I guess I could have shown to start out with. And essentially, there's no good way to store those that I have seen yet.
This has become my favorite way using
Okay.
this box. And it's because I can turn them this way. There are little spacers inside that you can use, dividers I guess I would call them, there's long ones, there's these little short ones. Really think about it compartmentally. If you're a tool guy and you want to create little compartments, that's what these are for. But they have some that run the length of the width of the box that you can use to segregate slabs. Now the smaller slabs, the regular PSA or SGC or VGS slabs, will fit in here. You have to take out this foam and it literally just comes out.
And they do fit standing up.
And they
I've
will
seen the
fit standing
pictures.
up. It's not the most. It's tight. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
It's really tight, which made me. I was going to originally use this for regular slabs, and I saw how tight it was on top of this. I felt like, God, this is.
So that's with no padding on the top.
That's with no
And
padding.
what about padding on the bottom in that case?
No, there's no padding on the
Okay.
bottom already, and so I just said, well, I'll put the foam back in, which actually makes me feel better.
No doubt.
And now these fit 2 rows just perfect, and I even have a little slot in the middle I can put some of the other
So
ones.
and those are wedged in with those slots.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, this isn't going.
I
feel
like
how
it.
secure that is.
I like it for these. I'm a little bit more cautious. I like mine up where I can thumb through them and whatnot. And if I want to have them stand up, I'd want padding on the bottom and the top on that. So that is a little bit of a detraction, I think, for me. That was the way I would plan on using it.
Hard to do with regular slabs with this box.
Okay.
It can be done, but I found it to be cumbersome, to say
Okay.
the least. But
All in all,
do you like how this looks?
I think this is fantastic. I think I'll probably pick one up for that regard.
For these slabs, or
because
for
I'm
regular?
getting to more and more of these.
Right.
And I've got no good way of storing them. I really like this.
Yeah, if
Now,
you have tall boys and Perez steels or anything like that, you're going
Right.
to need a box to store them in, other than stacking them,
Yeah.
which sucks.
For the regular slabs, I have to look a little bit closer. I do like to have them standing straight up, and I would like padding the bottom and the top. So I have to look a little bit closer at that. But I'm very, very pleasantly surprised, being Harbor Freight and all, that the quality seems really solid.
And
I picked
they
this
fit
case up
snug.
off the floor. This is really heavy. There's a lot of slabs here. This is really heavy. I didn't feel any flex. The handle didn't feel like it was
Yeah.
going to come loose. It felt really solid.
And it closes up, just simple latches. It even has a.
Looks like it has a key. It comes on
It
here.
does
so
have a
lock-
key, a shoulder strap if you want to use that and everything. So it's
Okay.
pretty cool. And I think I've used it pretty well, but now we'll get to the wood. Let's go to the kind of higher end. If you really care about how your cards look in a display, then this is a way to go. And there's a lot of variations of these wood.
There are a lot of variations. Again, I've thought, just depending on your woodworking skill set, I've got the ability and the tools. I've thought about building something similar to this for a long time, and just for one reason or another, haven't gotten around to it. There are hobbyists that make them and sell them around. This one Mike just went on eBay and found and purchased it.
I think it was 60, maybe 50.
Somewhere I've seen them. Generally speaking, they're going to be in the $50 range. Due to the size and weight, there's generally going to be shipping on there, probably $10 or $15 in addition to that. So
This
probably
thing is
all
heavy.
in to get something like this, you're probably 60, 65.
So this is heavy. And they come in different colors, as you've seen. You get them just regular oak looking.
That's
This
right.
is more of a cherry finish.
There is a guy on Blowout
Black.
that does make these. That does custom inserts on them.
So that's what it looks like from the top, if you can see that. There is like a little insert here. I'd love that to have like a Hall of Fame logo or something. Because in here I keep my Hall of Fame autographs. So that's what this is for. Oh. No, I say that. That's not true. These are just regular slabs.
All right.
So-
I think it's a whole lot bigger than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
And actually,
So let's open that up.
I actually say that more as a detraction, I think, than anything.
Well, it's bulky.
Because when you put this many cards in there, it gets so heavy and bulky And I think I would prefer to be probably half this size and have more of them and have them more manageable to deal with and lift and carry and whatnot. Which surprises me. I would have thought I would have liked a bigger one. But now that I'm trying to pick this up and move it around, it is pretty big and heavy.
This one did come with a handle that you could install on the front, so it would be more like a suitcase. But there's not, you'd have to put some foam in here because there's a gap between the lid. In fact, the gap's even more accentuated because this is recessed here.
That could have been made a little different if they would have made that just a little bit shorter. Would have fixed that issue.
Yeah, and I don't know if the builder did it to house different
To
type slabs.
accommodate a tall boy or-
No, tall boys won't fit. I already tried.
Okay.
They don't work. So these are just regular slabs, regular PSA slabs. There's a slab. I've got 4 rows here. It'll hold. It said on the ad when I bought it, it'll hold 160 PSA slabs. I've got over 200 in here already, with plenty of room.
Yeah, I see plenty of room to go.
I could fit
Probably
another
40,
50 in here easy if I really wanted to pack it tight. So it holds well over 250 slabs, which was nice. And this would only get heavier, you can imagine, with 40 more slabs in it. Here's the handle.
I think it's just too unwieldy.
So it comes with a little handle.
I think it needs to be in a smaller size. I guess from what we've seen, this would be my preferred. This is what I'm going to probably go into. I'm probably going to make my own and probably make them a little smaller. I would have probably made this size, not knowing the weight and whatnot. Seeing this now that I've actually seen this, I think when I do mine, I'll probably do them in 2-row boxes. Probably something similar to that cardboard we started.
Right.
This one here, just again, maybe it's just me being kind of OCD, or because I do have some woodworking skills, I'm not very impressed with the
finish out work.
The finish out work at all. And I know when Mike first bought this, he put a couple, made a couple comments about it on Blowout, and he was just kind of underwhelmed. And now that I see it, I've got the exact same impressions. It's very nice. It's way nicer than the cardboard box. For $50, I think you're getting your money's worth out of it. It took somebody some time to finish it and to ship it and whatnot. I think that's not bad. I just think personally I would probably do some things a little bit different, a little bit higher quality.
Yeah, you could dovetail the edges here.
Right.
That wouldn't be hard to do.
Right.
To give it a nicer look. The inserts are these little plastic divider things.
Right.
They're fine, I suppose, but
I think somebody for $50, if you don't have woodworking tools, ability, whatnot, I don't think you can go wrong with this. I think this is a really nice storage thing. Mike had it up here on the cabinet when I walked in. It's a pretty piece to see, as opposed when you walk into my office and I've got all my stuff in cardboard box and just like a white stack of boxes. This is a nice piece you can put on a table. It looks a whole lot nicer, no doubt about it. I do think this, my preference of all these, what we looked at, would be the way to go.
yeah, I definitely like it. It's a great display piece. The cumbersome part about it, I think if you're going to have it sitting somewhere and not be moving it around, it doesn't matter that it's bigger.
That's right.
If you're going to have it where you need to transport it, you might go with the 2-row like
That's
you're
right.
talking about. So,
I think if you were a dealer, if you're taking your cards in the car all the time, if you're going to shows, if you're taking them back and forth to an LCS or something, I think the Harbor Freight is definitely the way to go. It's designed to be banged and clanged. It's got some padding in it. It's got lock on it. I think that's the way to go. This, you don't want to be doing that. It's wood. It's going to get nicked. It's going to be dinged. It doesn't carry as well. But if you're looking for a piece you can put in your office and you're not going to take it out and carry it around travel, I like this. Again, you can never really go wrong with the cardboard boxes. They're not as pretty and not as nice, but
of course, my phone rings. It's my wife probably calling. Keep talking, Jared. I'm going to turn that off. It's too damn loud.
So again, there are. If you look on eBay, there's many different versions. There's many different makers that make these. You can get them for about the same price range as what Mike paid for this. There is a couple guys that make them. They will do custom inserts on this. I've seen them with anything, your team name, your different colors, logos. They burn them in. All kinds of different things.
Acrylic.
They've just seen the acrylic covers. They're really, really sharp. Again, this is my preference. It's the way I'm going to go. Now that I've seen this, it's given me some ideas to
make them yourself.
To make it myself. Again, I've got the ability to do that, and this is probably the size I would have made. But now that I've actually seen it and held it, and I think I'll probably make about half the size. But this is my preference. Of the 3 that we've looked at, this is my preference here.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed our kind of walk through how to store slabs and kind of some storage ideas from Mike and Jared. We'd love any comments that you have down below. Love to hear what you think. We're going to be doing some more videos, so stay tuned. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.